YouTube. Hi, girl world. Rose here. So today, Shantal did a live video, which she just finished. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. She did a live chat, not a live video, a live chat where she sat and ate dinner and she talked to her chat. And I was watching the live chat and listening through Are You Serious, who also had a live chat going and was watching Chantal at the same time that she was live. And although there really wasn't any raging, nothing of high interest, as I was playing Stardew and listening to Are You Serious while she was doing her live chat, it sounds like Chantal's chat is getting more and more disenchanted with her. And they're not happy with Chantal because Chantal really has not been putting in the effort. She keeps coming up with excuses and reasons why she can't do things versus finding ways to actually get things done. So I want to cover part of that live chat. And I say part because there's a big portion I'm not covering simply just because Chantal is eating through a lot of it. We're starting in at like the 40-minute mark. The live chat went on for like an hour and 14 minutes. Plus, I'm going to add in some very interesting Twitter stuff that I've also found. And I hope that's okay. Also, I've been playing around with the audio levels for recording my videos. I've got my Blue Yeti microphone. And I've turned down the volume a bit because I have noticed that when I talk, it tends to come in kind of loud. So if it's been loud for those of you that have headphones or earbuds, my apologies. I know what it's like to have sensitive hearing. I have tinnitus in both ears, so sometimes I have to turn the volume up just to hear things right. But I'm going to play around with the audio and see if I can't get my voice to go down just a little bit lower. And at the same time, record Chantal. So let's get into all the Twitter stuff first. There isn't a whole lot, but there is some really interesting stuff, including a very interesting comment about Chantal's marriage and why she can't possibly be married. So let's just get into it, shall we? Okay, so let me just go ahead and share the screen. All right, hold on a second. I got to make sure I am where I need to be. One moment, please. Okay, we are where we need to be, so let me just switch on over. All right, so for those of you that happen to be on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, I refuse to call it X. I'm used to calling it Twitter. To me, it'll always be the Bird app. So anybody who's on Twitter that wants to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, at WowGirlSarah. Where are we starting first? Okay, this is a comment from Cowboy Dog. Hey, Cowboy Dog. By the way, Cowboy Dog, when are you streaming next? Always enjoy your live streams. Chantal, I cheated on BB the first year we were together. Also, Chantal, I had an affair almost my entire relationship with BB. Also, Chantal, I broke up with BB because he never paid attention to me and I fell out of love. So which is it, Chantal? Are you the hero in this story and you were together with BB and you just happened to notice the two of you were not compatible and you did the right thing and let him go? Or did you do him dirty? I don't see you doing the right thing by anybody. And I also don't believe the story that you broke up with BB. Anybody who's been following you for years knows you don't let men go. They stay with you until you let them go, but you don't voluntarily let them go, especially in BB's case, where he was a hard-working, decent man. He was paying the bills. He was paying the rent. You were living off of BB. Of course, you didn't want to lose your free ride. So, yeah, you wanted to hang on to BB and go out and cheat on BB and get money from Pete's because, yeah, that was happening too. While she was with BB, she was taking Pete's money. Imagine that. Taking money from a person who's not only your supposed BFF, but for anybody that wants to know and needs to know, Pete's and Shantal weren't just friends. They were actually in a serious relationship. I believe they were engaged to be married. They were together for 5 years. So they weren't just platonic friends. They had a relationship for a long time. So she was with Pete, cheated on Pete with BB, went over to BB while she's with BB, cheated on BB, and taking Pete's money. Does this sound like a good woman to you? Sounds like trash to me. And you know where trash goes, right? In the dumpster. So, next comment from Cowboy Dog. I have a feeling she's pressed about the lazy comment talking about the live today because Salah may have used that word once or twice. And DX on Twitter, X, gives recaps of Shantal's lives. And here's part of the recap for the live. She keeps talking about how we only see 25 minutes or an hour of her day and implies she's super productive when the camera is off. She's pressed about the lazy comment, complaining about her depression and blah, blah, blah. Well, she's a content creator and she keeps promising very entertaining content for her regular subscribers and also for people that are her channel members, and yet she doesn't produce. And if you watch Shantal during her lives, there is a common theme with all of them. She's always tired. She's always yawning. Although you can look at her sometimes and tell she just woke up because she still has a CPAP lines from her CPAP mask on her face. So if you literally just woke up like an hour ago, how can you still be tired? That makes no sense to me. But she's always tired, doesn't have energy, can't do anything. So how can you be super productive in your day if that's going on, Shantal? Not very likely. This is from Judge Judy saying, look here, our Dank Fupa out there pulling more views than Miriam. Dank's got talent, but Chin's is repetitive, boring, and can't cook for crap. Face it, Shantal, you're on the way down. People losing interest. Love that for you. So, Dank Fupa. We love Dank Fupa over here. Dank Fupa is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Dank Fupa does the animated episodes of Shantal and Salah, and they're just so funny. I love Dank's content. But here, let's see, what do we got? Dank Fupa. 8.2K views for Dank Fupa. And take a look at the number of subscribers, 5.68. That's doggone good. That's more than 100%, Dank. Dang. Applause to you. Compared to Shantal, 5.9K views, and she's got a 100K channel. Dude, that's not even 50% of your people watching. I'm so embarrassed for you. I really am. But much congrats over to Dank for pulling those kind of numbers. Well done. But you know what? Dank deserves it. I mean, putting together an animated episode, Dank shared on Twitter that it takes them like between 30 to 40 hours to put together one episode. And that's with Dank having a full-time job on top of that. So, put in the hours for a single episode just because Dank loves Girl World and loves to have fun. We love you, Dank. Thank you for all the work you do. Fondue Pondu and Seen It All posted this. The truth, not the rewritten history she is trying to pass off. So here is the truth. She didn't dump Natter or BB. She was dumped. She's always dumped. She didn't give her laptop away to some resort employee's kid. She gave it to the guy she was totally not lying about screwing all week at the resort to make Natter jealous. She did say he had a kid, though, and started saying she needed a son. It was creepy AF. She wasn't crying for the children when playing pumped up kicks. She was incredibly drunk, pretending to shoot her finger guns, asked to stop, got sick, ended the stream, then came back with the same song playing again. It was gross, and there's no excuse for doing something like that. Karate Joe wasn't just some random viewer who turned out to be a PDF. He was her internet husband, her words. He ran her chat with an iron fist. They talked offline. It was creepy AF. She's trash. Yeah, about the Karate Joe thing. I was there when Karate Joe was her main mod. And this person's not lying. Karate Joe ran the chat and it ticked a lot of people off. I remember his control was so absolute over Shantal that when she went to go through a drive-through, he would tell her what to order. He would also tell her when to start her live chats and when to get offline. He was barking orders at her, and it made me wonder if he was a feedy guy and giving her money, and that's why she was listening to him. But yeah, he was like her main mod, and she was always leaning on Joe. So they ain't lying about Joe. Not lying at all. This is another one from Judge Judy saying, Julia looks possessed. Julia is like, put me the F down before I scratch your eyes out. This is from Jolie. So how many times am I going to say this? Shantal, you do not hold a cat like that. There's a reason why Julia does not feel comfortable with you. On top of the fact that you're an evil biatch, it's how you're holding her. She doesn't feel secure. She doesn't feel safe. When an animal presents its belly to you, it's a sign of trust. If they lay on the ground and show their belly to you, it means they trust you. But to hold an animal like that to where they can't get away and their belly is exposed, they feel vulnerable. And I can tell by the position of Julia's ears, she's not pleased. And if you're wondering, well, what do you mean by that, Rose? Well, I've had cats for years. And one thing about cats, on top of like the different meows they do to show that they're pleased or not pleased, watch their tail and watch their ears. If a cat is generally happy, they'll have their ears facing forward. If they're not happy, they will fold their ears backward, almost like an inverted V shape. It's not happy. Not happy at all. Okay, a palate cleanser from All Things Interesting, baby gator in a moment of bliss. A gator's like, yeah, this is the life. That's right. Give me a bath. Look at that, Chantal, a gator getting a bath. Look how pleasant it looks. I used to see gators all the time back in Florida. You know, they like to mind their own business until you get in their space. All right, what else we got here? Oh, and here's the clip where Julia bit at Chantal. That was like a warning bite, though. She didn't draw blood, but look at what Chantal's doing. She's sitting her, taking her thumb and pressing it up against her face. Yeah, see how the ears went back? See how the ears go back? Not happy. That is a cat's way of saying F off. All right, now this is a clip from the past, courtesy of Coffee Drinker and Day-to-Day Ray. And this is from Marley Hendricks' latest video on YouTube. So let's listen.
Are you kidding? I am abusive too. Are you joking? I am very verbally abusive. Are you kidding? I am abusive too. Are you joking? I am very verbally abusive.
And for the record, verbal abuse is just as bad as physical abuse and can do just as much damage, perhaps even more. Because where physical abuse, it might leave some sort of an outside physical wound. Words can cut deeper than any knife. And they stay with you for years. So she's saying outright proudly, yes, I'm verbally abusive. And I believe her. I believe she's been verbally abusive to anybody and everybody that comes in contact with her, whether it's in her personal life or online. And she doesn't think this is a problem. I also feel she's got an anger problem that is also not addressed.
Are you kidding? I am abusive too. Are you joking? I am very verbally abusive.
Yep, and she's proud of it. Okay, this is funny from Nature is Amazing. That praying mantis is standing its ground, saying, I don't care how big you are. Come at me. Come on. I'll knock you out. A praying mantis says this, he does not care. It's like, I'll take you out. You don't know, you have no idea who you're messing with. Come on. Come on, put your dukes up. That's funny. Okay, where we at? Okay, failure to lunch. Says, how is YouTube this woman's job? She's so bad at it. She can't do the smallest thing without putting her channel at risk. Is she trying to get fired? Okay, information. It is against YouTube's terms of service to provide false information about your location. If YouTube determines that you have violated their terms, they may take action against your channel, such as removing videos or suspending your account. Is it illegal to fake a YouTube channel location? Well, look at this. Wasn't she supposed to be in Kuwait? Now she's in Canada. Hmm. She keeps changing their channel location. Isn't that weird? Okay, y'all pay attention. This is a great informative post courtesy of the account Seen It All. Okay, this person says next time Shantal claims she is married. Source: I've been a legal associate in the Middle East for 4 years. Also an expat, not operating in Kuwait, but I have many colleagues who transferred over from the Kuwait legal system to the one I currently operate under, and they've confirmed there are a few legal differences between there and where I am. Happy to answer other questions about things she has said, debunk any garbage she has put forward about living in the Middle East. 1. She is not married in any legal or civil sense. In Kuwait, both parties need a Kuwaiti ID card for marriage. No exemptions. Even Google will tell you this one. In order to obtain one, Shantal would need a residency permit and a sponsor. Seeing as Salah has no funds to sponsor her, and she clearly does not have a residency permit due to her time constriction there, Salah can petition to the court all he wants, but a Mishar marriage likely won't be transformed into a legal one. There is only one publicly recorded instance in 2006, and it was poorly received by the Kuwaiti public. She is not married and will never be until she gets a residence permit. 2. The Middle East is currently undergoing a transformation process where they are investing in their citizens. The job market is now being flooded with fresh graduates and local peoples of all levels to try and get them into the employment sector. This means any high-ranking positions or well-paid ones are usually occupied, per government regulation, by a local national of that country. Salah, due to his circumstances, has little to no option but to desperately cling to Shantal, because if he loses his residency permit, he is in big trouble. He will have no option but to try and get a tourist entry visa somewhere else, or he will have to go to Syria. The women of Kuwait, both locals and expats, look for men of quality, especially when it comes to security of their sponsor partner. As an expat, you rely on your job for medical insurance, residency, and housing. If you lose your job, it's quite scary. So frankly, Salah is not a catch in the slightest. His income is low and he has nothing to fall back on. That's likely why he is unable to find a bride there, not to mention any of the expat women there who could get him out of his predicament are not stupid and can see right through him. 3. Shantal cannot just keep applying for permits and going for tourism, as they will catch wind of this. It will begin to look suspicious, and if she is interviewed, she could find herself in trouble, especially if the authorities will ask her to show her Kuwaiti marriage certificate and she fails to produce one. So I read this last night, and I made mention in my last React. If Shantal was married for real, and as I understand it, over in the Middle East, marriages are a big deal. Sometimes there's celebrations going on for days. even if she does not want to show the marriage certificate for privacy reasons, there are other things she could show us, like wedding photos, like the dress, like the jewelry. As I understand it, over in the Middle East, members of the family, they give you gifts of jewelry. The husband gives you gifts of jewelry. Where's her jewelry? Where is anything from the marriage? Even if you got a courthouse marriage, wouldn't there be a reception or some kind of party afterwards to celebrate the marriage at all? What happened with that? I also had another thought. I don't know how it is over in the Middle East, but I would imagine uh, fathers who have daughters, they're going to do their very best to make sure that their daughters are married to a quality man of good standing, that has a job, that is reliable. They want to make sure that their daughters are taken care of. So, why isn't Salah married to another woman besides Shantal? I mean, make it make sense. There has to be something to that. Why is he clinging so hard onto Shantal? Why won't he let her go? They make each other miserable. At this point, everybody, I'm just going to keep it real and keep it honest. I have to wonder, given Chantal's history, with being that type of female, that if a man wants to get away from her, she is that type that she will threaten that man in some way. That's basically what she did with Nader. I seriously have to wonder if she's got something on Salah, and that's why he's taken the position of not making waves. Just go along with the program, let her do what she wants. Don't protest, don't try to get away, because if you do, there might be some legal repercussions as a result. You know, like we all remember what happened with Nader. Somebody asked her in chat, what would you do if Nader left you for another woman? And she outright said, I have a plan. I'm not as stupid as you guys think. Next thing you know, she's going to the cops. So if she did it to Nader, what are the chances she would do it to Salah? But that was a lot of great information about this supposed marriage. And it would make sense, because if you are someone and you're getting married, if your husband is supposed to sponsor you, because the government over there, I'm sure, they just want to make sure that anybody who's not a native citizen coming in, that they won't turn around and be a burden for that country. So somebody's got to agree to sign to be your sponsor and show that they could sponsor you properly. And Salah doesn't have the money and Shantal doesn't have the money. So how can either one of them sponsor each other? But that was a really great post. Okay, so that's it for that. So let's just go ahead and go directly to the dinner. And remember, I'm not covering all of it. There's no need. I don't want to see her eat. I refuse. So let's just start from here. We're starting at the 40-minute mark. And then we'll just wrap it up and call it a day. So let's hear what Shantal has to say.
What time is it here? 11. More than a handful, yeah. I'm a lot to deal with.
Y'all saw that, right? my unhonorable Beezer membership runs out today, and they're like, "Do you want to renew it?" I'm like, "No, thanks. I didn't want to begin with." As a matter of fact, how do I block it? How do I block it? No, I don't want it. How do I block this crap? How do I block this crap? Somebody help me. I don't. Give settings. No, I don't want it. Turning that off right now. Because I don't want another doggone membership. I'm not, no, we're not doing this a second time. I turned that off. I turned it off. So I'm done being an unhonorable beezer, y'all. I did my 30 days. We're done. All right, let's go.
Look at her leg when she licks herself. It's like a chicken leg. Bud. Hi, boy. Hi. Hello, Lady Ravenhill. Thank you. Hope you're well too. And last time I was in Cuba. Well, now I'm in Kuwait. Yeah. Inshallah, here to stay.
You can't stay there. You don't live there. You're on a tourist visa. You have overstayed your welcome. I'm sure Kuwait would love to take the doormat away from the door and lock the door on you. You're trying to live in a country that is not your own and you have no business there. Literally no business. You're not making money there for yourself or anybody else. You're just basically hiding from the tax man. Let's just keep it real, Shantal. You're not only hiding from the tax man in Canada, you're hiding from all the problems you left in Canada. And you know that if they kick you out of Kuwait, what are you going to do? You would literally have to go back to Canada and start from scratch. Just go back to Canada and check into a motel room and stay there for a month. And you would have to work really, really hard for like 2 or 3 months just to get into a place and get started. By staying in Kuwait, you're avoiding all the hard work that you should be doing on yourself to fix your life and fix your problems. You are running from your problems, but you know what? You can run all you want. Eventually, your problems catch up with you anyway.
She doesn't have a cat tree now. I should get her one. You playing game today, Miriam? I'm considering it. Probably. Yeah, probably. I don't know.
You know, I've peeked in on Shantal's gaming streams on YouTube and also on Twitch to see if they have improved. They haven't. I don't know how she manages it, but taking a fun game like Phasmophobia and just making it seem ultra boring. And that's such a shame because other people on YouTube that have done playthroughs, they make the game so much fun. They add so much great commentary, but her problem is she's doing stuff that she's really not passionate about. Even with the eating, she's not really passionate about the eating anymore. She's just doing it to make some extra coin. You know, she's taken the same attitude as Amberlyn Reed. Amber has a channel and she's doing the content, but she's really not excited about it. She's not happy about it. The feeling is, well, I guess I have to get on YouTube and make these videos because if I don't make these videos, I don't make money. Doing something to make money is not the same as doing something because you enjoy doing it. And I don't know if there's anything that Shantal enjoys doing.
I don't feel like camming up though because then I have to set up the camera. That's why I'm lazy. I don't even want to wait for Salah to do it. Maybe I can. I don't want to be in the green screen. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think, babe? She loves the bags, yeah. I don't want to play Fallout. You missed yesterday's gaming? Yeah.
I know this is kind of like a side issue, but I'm just going to bring this up anyway, just some interesting information. So a while back, Chantal revealed that Salah gave her 2,000 games. Something like that, a ridiculous number. I don't know if it was game codes or something, but he gave her a lot of games to play as a gift. So she's got 1,000, 2,000 games to pick from. She can't find at least one game in that lot to play that's fun. No, nothing. Weird.
That's okay, Amanda. Play Fortnite. I suck at shooting games. Really? I didn't know. Gamer, Ghostface Gamer. Do you like Five Nights at Freddy's? Sims? I'm not. I don't know if I want to play Fortnite. We'll see. Isn't it like free on Steam?
Chantal's Chantal's so stupid she'd even mess up playing Stardew Valley. And Stardew Valley is such a great game. I play every day. It's a relaxing farm sim type of game. But it's not just about farming. You've got dungeons in there. There's dungeons you can do. There's all kinds of things to do in Stardew. I've got like 4 or 5 different farms in Stardew. She would even mess up playing Stardew Valley.
Mario? Play Mario? Can you get Mario on Steam? I only have a PC for gaming.
So here's Salah recommending to Chantal to play Fortnite. She's going to play Fortnite. Do you know what Fortnite is, Chantal? Have you watched videos? It's basically like PvP. People running around and shooting and building and doing all that kind of stuff. You would rage quit. You know what? On second thought, go ahead and play Fortnite. The rages would be epic. Go ahead. Get into Fortnite.
I suck at shooting too, but now I've gotten good. No way, Danielle. I guess I just have to practice. Lethal Company, never heard of it. Fufu egg. I feel tired and like drained of all energy.
Chantal, that is something you say in every video, in every live. I'm tired and I'm lacking in energy. I don't think we've ever heard you say, I've got lots of energy today. I feel really productive. I just want to get a bunch of stuff done today. It's always the same thing. I'm tired and I'm lacking energy. Gee, I wonder why. Could it be because of the unhealthy diet that you have? Tons of carbs, not many vitamins or minerals, way too many carbs. You stuff yourself stupid with food. You did that in the earlier part of this video. Y'all want to see? Look, like there's the bread. Like she got takeout, whole bag of takeout. So they're eating tons of rice again. Look, you sit there and you stuff yourself stupid with all kinds of food. And you want to do a live chat. And because your tummy is so overstuffed, of course it's going to make you feel tired. The more food you have in your stomach, the more energy it takes for your body to digest all of that. So, yeah, you're going to feel sluggish. And you've got a live chat going on at the same time. Look, there's a preview window, guys. This is exactly why I am not showing the front part of this video. Look, an entire serving platter of all of this. Nope, nope, I'm not down for watching her eat. No, thank you very much. But that's why you're losing your energy, Chantal. You're not eating healthy food. You're eating way too much in the way of portions. I mean, the definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results. So if you sit in your apartment and you eat a tremendous amount of food and you feel tired as a result, and this happens day after day after day, you're doing the same things with the same results, where is the change supposed to happen? Where's it supposed to happen? Maybe if you want more energy, cut down on the carbs.
I have to force myself. Super Mario Brothers. Use an emulator? What's that? What's that, Estrella? Estrella? Estrella?
And she uses the whole I'm tired thing, I don't have much energy thing to explain why she can't sit and do members only content or make new emojis for her members. Although an emoji takes no energy, it takes all of 5 seconds to make an emoji for your members, or just sit and do like a special video for your members. No physical labor involved, but always telling her members, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I can't do anything, to explain away why she's not giving them any kind of great content.
1 to 4. Amnesia. Yeah, I want to play Amnesia too.
Have you seen Amnesia, Chantal? I've actually played Amnesia, and it's a puzzle game, and it's a bit complex. If you can't figure out phasmophobia, I don't think you could figure out Amnesia. Plus, in Amnesia, not only do you have to solve some complex puzzles, but in Amnesia, you have to keep an eye on your sanity, which means you can't be in the dark too long. And you've got some scary monster guy chasing the crap out of you, and it's scary. Why do you keep going for the complex games you just can't figure out?
Hollow Knight? Never heard of that either. There's so many horror games. Super Mario Brothers. My teeth. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of probably not going to wear makeup anymore. Are you guys okay with my plain Jane? Hi, Alien Holly. Sorry, I didn't see your comment. What did you say it when I was gone to the washroom? I gotta put this match boost away. Barbara Smith, are you saying that only people who go out and work, and actually I do work. It's mentally draining what I do. Hi, Sigmund.
No, 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 no. I'm not letting you get away with that. There's a lot of things in this world that are draining. Doing what you do, as little as you do, is not draining. Being a reactor to you is much more draining. Especially during the whole Natter arc. Oh my God. 6 to 10 hours a day, every day, just trying to keep up with it all. And try to capture you when you would rage and you would dirty delete your streams, trying to be there before that happened. That was draining, Chantal. Not to mention the dark topics you were talking about. Imagine recording 6 to 10 hours of footage, reviewing 6 to 10 hours of footage with commentary to you, uploading it to YouTube for a year. Nobody got any sleep. True story. Absolutely true story. I actually lost 20 pounds during that time, just trying to keep up with it all. I wasn't even trying. I lost weight because of Chantal. No lie. Yes, I did. Wake up in the morning at 8 in the morning. She's already been live twice. So I'm already behind. Covering those two. By the time I'm done with those two, here's two more. And it was like that all night. It went like that for months. It was crazy. But her doing a live chat for an hour, barely talking, barely moving, and the occasional mukbang video, how is that exhausting? Ma'am, there are people out there right now that they got to get up early in the morning, battle traffic, go to work, deal with things at work, deal with bosses they don't like, eat a quick lunch, battle traffic again on the way home, get home, have to clean a dirty house, do them dirty dishes, do the laundry, take care of the kids, and maybe they might have an hour before bed to take a shower and relax before they close their eyes and wake up the next morning and do it all over again. Your life is not that hard. And if you think it's hard, you are out of touch with reality, with the real world. You've gotten soft. If you try to step your butt in the real world, you would not know how to handle yourself. It is hard out there. It is really hard. And you are way too soft for that hard world. You would know how to act.
And just because I don't have kids doesn't mean I don't have other problems. I have a lot of health problems and I have a lot of mental health problems.
And what are you doing about those things? Don't gripe to me about your mental problems or your emotional problems or your problems with food. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? What are you doing about any of those things? They'll come up with the excuse of, I don't know what to do. You're on YouTube, you're on the internet all the time. There are resources out there, there are people out there that can help you. You could spend some money and go to therapy. There's a lot of things you could do. You're not doing anything. You want to come online and use your live chats as a form of free therapy where the people that are listening to you, they pay you instead of the other way around. You use your live chats as a dumping ground for your verbal garbage, always using your live chats as a way to dump off your trash, not caring that people in your chat, they may have their own issues and they just want to get on YouTube and be entertained. You're all about monetizing your hurts, but you're not interested in healing any of them. Because if you healed them, what would you talk about? What would there be to discuss about Foodie Beauty, Everyday Miriam, if she healed up all of her hurts? Honestly, what would there be to discuss? Not much, because she's not brought anything else to the table of interest. She's always going on and on about the reacting channels. Oh, they just want to see me rage. Well, that's because the rages are the most interesting thing about you, unfortunately. You've not shown us anything else, and it's been 7 to 8 years. There's no hobbies, there's no interest, there's no passions, there's no other funny moments. It's just either you are in park or you're in fifth gear. There is no in between. So you raged and you raged at the end of last month. And now that it's the first of the month, we're back to the boring mukbangs where you don't say much and you don't do much. And I don't know, honestly, Shantal, if you're doing it to kind of make it to where the reactors stop reacting to you, stop covering to you, but it's a form of self-sabotage because you think, if that's the case, you think that you're hurting us. Honestly, you're hurting yourself because you're the one that you rely solely upon YouTube for your money. So if you self-sabotage and you make your content purposely boring because you're trying to stick it to the reactors or make it to where the reactors don't want to cover you as much, you're costing yourself money every day. So you're punishing yourself. You're cutting off your nose to spite your face. But this is your channel. Do what you want to do. I just think it's stupid.
That make me fatigued, to say the least. I came across a Twitter video of Sarah Jane talking and I fell asleep standing up. Hi, Lynn! People with sleep disorders are tired, duh. Yeah. It's like only people who like go out and work and have kids can be tired. That's so weird. But okay.
Yeah, but you don't go anywhere. You don't do anything. You don't try to do anything. What do you do that you're so tired? What do you do? Please, I'm dying to know. What is wearing you out? And if you're in Kuwait and you're not doing much and you don't have much in the way of energy levels, maybe you should come back to Canada. You have much more energy and vitality in Canada that you do in Kuwait. Obviously, maybe Kuwait is not the best place for you. Maybe it's not the right environment for you.
What am I dealing with mentally? Well, I just have like clinical depression. So it makes you feel like you don't even want to get out of bed. Like you don't have the energy to even get out of bed, you know? Have an Arabic.
That's her self-diagnosing herself. When is the last time Chantal's gone to the doctor to get checked out, to talk to an actual doctor about this issue? It's been a while. She's self-diagnosing herself.
Friend's sister from Egypt who didn't like my last few profiles as Go Face. So I changed it into this pic. Oh. Now you're No Face. Only one laptop, yeah. Biometrics, what do you mean? People without kids get tired too. Yeah, for sure. You know? And you don't know what I do all day. You don't know like what I deal with. So
Well, we don't know, but we can tell. I mean, you just sat here, you ate a meal, you're not doing anything. Sitting here and talking is labor free, and you're already exhausted. So, what is tiring you out? If just sitting and talking and eating tires you out, I can't imagine you'd have more energy for more things later.
goodbye, alien loser. Do you miss Canadian wildlife and wilderness? Sometimes the greenery, yeah. But then when I'm there, I miss like the environment here. It's weird. I do take antidepressants, yeah. I have seen many therapists before. Um, Hi, Teardrop. How are you this evening? How are you? King Beezer. The emojis. I gotta make more. I always say that and I never do. I just never feel like doing anything that I have to do. I only feel like I can like barely survive doing the bare minimum.
Oh, shut up. I feel like I can barely survive doing the bare minimum. You know the reason why she's not making your emojis, VIBs? Because it's just an extra thing that has nothing to do with her directly, immediately making money. And here's something else for you. For those of you over there that you keep coming out to Chantal and saying, can you please do some members only content? Here's why I think she's not doing members only content. Because if she did members only content, would it make you happy? Yes. But the members only content would only be seen by members, which means she's not going to get that many views. It's just something strictly for y'all. And when Chantal does a video or a live chat, she wants to make the most money possible. And doing anything extra is out of Chantal's wheelhouse anyway. As she just got through saying, she only does what she absolutely has to do. Anything extra, even something as small as an emoji, is out of the picture. So you can keep crying to Chantal all you want and saying, we want emojis, we want members only content, please do something interesting. She knows she can get on her channel and do the bare basic minimum and get away with it. Because people are not leaving her channel in mass because she's not living up to her promises. You guys that are in her chat, you like Chantal, you care about Chantal, and you're not going to go anywhere. And she takes advantage of that. She knows she can take the camera and put it up against the wall, and you guys can watch paint dry, and you will accept it just because it's on her channel. You're not going to hold her to any kind of standard for quality. So she's going to keep tossing quantity at you instead.
Like, you know, it's so draining, like just maintaining the home and then having to do like content and keeping up with, you know, family and just, I don't know, doing stuff. That's why I order a lot too. It's just draining lately. I go through phases. I go through phases where I feel like being more productive, and then when I just feel like I can't do anything.
Yeah, but she's always felt like that, but it's gotten worse. The more weight she puts on herself, the more she feels like that. And yet she's not making the connection that maybe the excessive weight and the excessive carbs and the excessive eating have a lot to do with that. At one point, do you wake up and realize maybe that's part of the problem? And if you solve that part of the problem, you'll feel better.
Yeah, I have depression. Put in. I don't know if it's my medication, but it makes me feel kind of like a zombie. Why when I try to touch the screen? Hide user, goodbye. Thank you, Heather. Um, can you play Sims? Make your little family on it. Yeah, ma. Can you make? You can't make animals, right? It is normal when you have depression. Yeah, people don't understand. Like,
Oh, because you're the only one who's ever been depressed, huh, Chantal? Nobody else in the world is depressed but you. Like everybody else in the world, we don't know what problems are. We don't know what pain is. None of us have ever been depressed or anxious or had any kind of issues. Girl, please. You are not a special little snowflake. I mean, there's lots of people that go through things every day. I'm going through stuff right now. I tore something in my rotor cuff on my shoulder. Let me show you something, Chantal. You want to see pain? You want to complain and gripe? Here's my moment. Look, I can raise this arm all the way up here. Ow. That's as far as my left arm can go. It's not going any higher, and it's been like that for weeks. Ooh, that hurt me. Why did I do that to myself? But I'm dealing with it. I just got to let it heal. Unfortunately, where I'm at, what I'm doing, I got to use my arms. I can't just sit still and do nothing. But I pull through. Just part of life. That's painful. I don't want to hear about your fake pain. I'm going through real pain over here. So shut up.
like how I feel, what I deal with, but they have a lot to say about it, you know, or like they like to shame you about it. I'm tired 24/7 and don't work and have little kids. Yeah, exactly. Teardrop. There's a pet add-on. Make Julia. Mm, exercise helps. Yeah, I know. Now he has 3 apartments, one for each wife. No, Marilyn, not at the moment. I think I hear birds. Alyssa, you were much more happy. Yeah, but now I'm tired. After I eat, I get tired.
Hello. You get really tired after you eat. That's because you're eating too much. You're stuffing yourself full of carbs. You have diabetes. I'm sure that spikes up your blood sugar. Maybe that's where the sluggishness is coming from. Maybe slow down with the eating. Maybe eat smaller meals and see how you feel. Maybe then you can be more productive. I mean, put two and two together, Chantal.
Especially after a big meal,
Right.
you know?
Duh. But you've been dealing with this eating problem for years. This is nothing new to you. This is no big surprise. You've eaten big meals before for years, felt sluggish after. So you haven't made the connection yet? Dummy.
Yeah, 8.5. Yeah, Neve. 8.5 apartments. Maybe so I can play Sims.
I mean, Chantal did tell us that she eats every 2 hours. So imagine y'all eating huge meals every 2 hours. You're your stomach never has a chance to be empty or half empty. Your stomach is always digesting large amounts of food. Yeah, you're going to be tired. And add to that the fact that she keeps weird hours with her sleeping. Like she'll sleep all day, be up all night, eat big meals, go to bed, which leads to weight gain, which leads to the health problems. Yeah, her body's in bad shape. And yet she won't fix it.
And design the 3 apartments so we can see them. Yeah, maybe we can make the 3 apartments. Yes. uh, no, I'm not his only wife. Carb coma. I probably. I don't know. I feel weird, tired.
Okay, I don't know how true this person's comment is, but it's interesting, so I'll read it off. This person, Brenda, says the tiredness is a symptom of blood sugar spikes from diabetes. Anybody who's got diabetes in my audience that you would know more so than me because I don't have diabetes, is that true? Is it because the blood sugar goes too high? I'm interested to know. I want to be informed. I want to be educated. So please let me know if that is true. But it would make sense if it is.
Maybe Shelly. 3 wives. Parsley or garlic? No. I mean, I cook with garlic a lot. I love blackout curtains, teardrop, I know. Did you just wake up before your meal? No, but I slept pretty late. My depression is horrible, yeah. Barbara, you see like 25 minutes or an hour of my day. That's all you see.
Chantal, you need to pull it back in. You really need to pull it back in. I remember way back in the day when you were mean and nasty to your members and people that were coming to your channel and in your live chats. You were mean and nasty back then too. And you felt you could be that way because you were making a lot of money at the time. You're not making as much these days. It would be in your best interest to be nice to everybody. Even if somebody is saying something in the chat that might irritate you a little bit, handle it with a little bit of grace. Because when you show that nasty attitude, it's a real put off. And if you're doing content like this today, on top of that, you're being boring on your live chat. You're really not talking about anything. You're not doing anything. Understand this, madam. There are lots of channels on YouTube of much different content, interesting content. There are many different areas of YouTube besides Girl World where people can go and put their sub and watch the content and be entertained and have fun and find humor and creativity. If you're not bringing anything to the table, all they got to do is just unsub or not sub at all and move on over to the right or the left and find somebody else and leave you behind. There's an old saying, you get more flies with honey than with vinegar. So you might want to put your sour vinegar back in the bottle where it belongs.
You don't see a lot of things I deal with every day.
You don't deal with nothing. Shut up.
No, we don't all live together.
I think that's part of her problem. She has nothing to do. She's really got nothing to deal with. Her life has no schedule, no structure, no discipline. And because it's a free for all, because there's no commitments, no responsibilities, no structure, no nothing, she isn't applying anything to anything. What we've got here, ladies and gentlemen, is someone who's got nothing to do, has no one to talk to, can just come on YouTube for like 15 minutes, sit down, eat a meal, make a video out of eating the meal, make a little money off of it. And she does the bare basic minimum to make the money. And then that's it. That's the end of her day. And the rest of the time, she just sits on the couch or lays in bed and scrolls on her phone, looking at Twitter, looking at YouTube, watching the reactors to see what we're saying and what we're doing, and trying to come up with content ideas because she's not going to come up with any on her own. She's lost her fire. There wasn't much to begin with, but it's all gone now. The embers aren't even lit. She's burnt out. The wood is cold. It's not even warm. It's not even smoking. There's nothing there. She's just floundering about. And she's not willing to fix it. So go ahead and sink your own ship, Shantal.
The CPAP marks stay there for like hours, for a long time. But anyways, Alyssa, if I did, what's the big deal? Do stuff that makes you happy. It's hard to even do anything sometimes. At least another 25% is spent in seal position scrolling TikTok. Oh, thanks, Lynn. Sydney Sweeney. I don't have an opinion about her. I know, teardrop. I'm gonna get off soon because of.
You know what's crazy about her content? What is weird to me is that she's constantly on TikTok and YouTube researching viral videos or viral clips from TikTok. And she tries to go viral for some strange, odd reason, even though she's doing really boring, uninteresting, uninspiring content. She puts the tag viral on a lot of her videos. Chantal, people who go viral, it's not that because they put the tag viral on their video. It's just a really great video or a really great clip that people like and they share all over the place. But you go on TikTok, you go on YouTube, and you research what's viral, what's interesting, what's trending. But then you don't turn around and use that as inspiration for your own content. You keep doing the same boring content over and over. So, what is the point of going on TikTok or YouTube and researching what's viral if you're not willing to be a little bit interesting or creative? What is the point in that? Why are you paying attention to what everybody else is doing if you're not going to apply a little creativity and originality to what you do? What's the point in that? I'd love to know.
Tired. I'll see if I feel like doing a gaming stream. I'm not sure. Babe.
You know, if I were going to watch a gamer and they happen to have a YouTube channel like this and they're coming on camera and throughout the entire flippin' stream, they're saying, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. I don't have much energy. I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired. Somebody hand me a blanket and a pillow. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I need a rest. And then they talk about doing a gaming stream. I would nope right out of that because this person's already showing they got no gas in their tank. How are they possibly going to be entertaining during a gaming stream? Because even in a gaming stream where you're showing a video game, you should have interesting commentary and have 100% of your energy and be on fire so your viewers can enjoy the game with you. How can you possibly be interesting if throughout your original stream you're complaining about how tired you are? It's just a recipe for boredom.
But these folks looking at marks on your face. Thank you, Shelly. It's not that I'm depressed right now. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just tired. Like just blah. I find like my medication, my antidepressants make me feel that way. They make me feel like I don't know. Hi Mia. I took them not that long ago, so maybe they're kicking in. I don't know. You know. Always have to be negative ones coming in. Yeah. I know. Always. No, I haven't given up. I'm allowed to have like a calm mood. Do you ever watch Nick? No, I don't. But like is not like a sluggish. Physical and mental health connected. It's hard. Yeah. Babe, do you want 712? I want 7-Eleven, babe. I could go for one of the teas. Remember? Oh, that's had too much sugar. I probably got diabetes just from the Thai teas in the 7-Eleven. They're so.
No, you had that way before you went to Thailand. Don't blame it on Thailand.
I swear. Hi! Is this your new spot? Oh, pouring rain sounds cozy. Hi, Golden Girl, missed you. Hope you're enjoying your company. Vietnam or Indonesia? Yeah, inshallah, someday. We'll see. We're planning our trips. Waiting out the rain. Are you gonna go? Non-doctors giving medical advice never ceases to astound me. You cope with it more eloquently than I ever could, Mary. I don't know. You just get used to it. I got the best moderators. Yes, I agree, babe. I can't
Let's move ahead a little bit.
believe, yeah. Marilyn, I just want to let you know that I see your growth and how you are trying to change from the way you used to be. It's possible to change. Try not to let anyone get you out of character. Thank you, Marilyn. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I know some of you see, but it's what's important is that I see. Like, doesn't mean I had just like people think that just like I haven't changed at all just because of like certain things, like or like I'm still eating poorly or
But you
whatever.
are. You haven't changed a bit and you're still eating poorly. I mean, you prove that fact every time you do a freaking mukbang. Have the portions gotten smaller? No. Has the food gotten healthier? No. Are you eating less frequently? No. Are you complaining more about your energy level? Yes. Throughout this entire stream, you're talking about how tired and sluggish you are after just eating a large meal. Huge. Just for you. So, explain to me what about you has changed. Maybe you changed the location of where you are doing the unhealthy living, but you as a person have not changed, Chantal. Well, with the exception of one thing, you've actually gotten worse. Because I remember all the way back, Mama, all the way back. I'm watching you a long, long time. I can't remember back in the day a moment where you couldn't find clothes to wear. I can't remember a moment back in the day where you had trouble breathing or walking like you do now. I can't remember a moment where you were breaking furniture and breaking shower drains. I mean, all this stuff started happening when you moved to Kuwait. I can't remember a moment back then where you were dragging your foot because you had perhaps nerve damage in your leg. I mean, these are all things that have come about recently. And your body's way of saying, we need help. We need serious help. You've got to stop. But you're not stopping. You're just pushing ahead because you don't want to pay attention to what your body is telling you. You don't care.
Eating like that's nothing to do with your character, like having an eating disorder has nothing to do with your character. So tired and
I'm so sick of that. I am so incredibly flippin' tired of her using her issues as crutches to lean on to excuse the fact that she's not getting help, that she's not healing or trying to heal. I'm so sick of that. I'm sick of it. Lots of people have issues. Lots of people. And they recognize the issues when they do. And the natural thing is you recognize the issues and then you say, I need help. I'm going to go get help. I'm going to reach out to people. I'm going to reach out to those resources. I'm going to make use of them. That's the way it should be handled. You're monetizing yours and you don't want to get rid of none of them. Don't sit there and tell the audience, oh, I got an issue with food. You don't understand. It's impossible to deal with. Madam, I had the same issue you have right now. Because I have a problem with food, I'll always have a problem with food. The thing is, I'm on the recovery side. You're not. And that's because I had the problem and I recognized it was a problem and it was dominating my life and I wanted to fix it. And I didn't care how long it took. I was going to fix it because I wanted my life back. I didn't want to think about food all the time. I didn't want to be focused on food. I didn't want to be trapped on that roller coaster. It sucks. Addiction sucks, period. For you, you don't care. You really don't care. But stop telling your audience that it's an impossible problem to solve. That is wrong information. Lots of people have had issues with food or other things and have gotten the other side of it because they fought their way through it. They battled that thing and they got on top of that thing. I'm looking you in the face, Shantal. Do you hear me? And I've never seen anything in your face or in your eyes that tells me that you have hit the wall and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Whatever the pain level, you've reached a comfort level with it. The abnormal has become your normal. You've gotten comfortable with whatever level of pain or suffering you're going through, and it's not severe enough that you're willing to change it. That you're not willing to change it because you have a choice right now. You're the type of person that you're only going to change if you have no other choice. You're not going to do it on your own. But saying that issues with food or any addiction is impossible to solve, BS. All problems are meant to be solved. It's just that you got to be ready to solve them. Really ready. You got to surrender to the universe and just got to let it happen.
The makeup bugs me. But thank you, Ghostface. A yoga ball. For a while, I guess.
And I know this is going to sound really mean coming from me, y'all, but I'm just keeping it honest here. I don't think Chantal's ever going to be ready for recovery. I don't think she's ever going to reach for recovery. I don't think she wants to stop any of her addictions or obsessions. Just because she's found a forum where she can take her problems, her issues, and monetize every single one of them and get attention with them. And as long as she's got YouTube being her safety net, where she gets funded for all of her issues, she's going to continue until she can't.
Yeah. I don't miss a lot of things that, I used to do, but free Palestine, yes. Applebee's, your name is inspiring her to order Applebee's.
And all the people that are in her chat right now, the ones that are in her chat giving her solid advice or good advice, because those of you in her chat, they're in her chat and you care about Chantal. And so, as people that you have empathy and compassion and understanding and caring in your soul, and you're trying to give part of that to Shantal, understand this. She's not ready. She's not ready to change. She's not ready to be better. She's not ready to surrender to the universe and say, I have a problem. It's over my head. I need help. She's not ready. Trust me. I'm looking at her. One addict cannot lie to another. She's not ready. She's never going to be ready. I'm not being a hater saying that either. She's in denial of what's wrong with her. And the only way you change and get better is if you stop being in denial. When you face the truth of what's going on and who you are, that's when you change. That's when you improve. You got to face yourself. She's not ready to face herself or her problems, any of them. So those of you in her chat, you care about Shantal, you're acting like her rescuers, you're coming forward with good advice because you want to help her. Understand that all your good advice is falling on deaf ears. Her ears are stopped up. She's not going to hear you because she does not want to get better. I know that's a really weird concept because the normal way of thinking is somebody's hurting. If they're in pain, the next thing is they want to get better, right? They want to get healthy. Not her. She doesn't want to get healthy. She doesn't want help. She just wants the attention from being sick. And so she's going to stay sick in whatever ways she is sick. She's not interested in health. She's not interested in life. Forgive me for saying this, but she's interested in flirting with death. It is what it is. She's not doing everything in her power to stay away from death or keep death at arm's length. She's interested in ruining herself, and there's nothing that any of us can do about it.
Yeah. I'm just kind of like, I don't know, Robin. I'm just like, right now, I don't care. Apathy of not caring about, like I just don't want to even think about like food, or I don't know. Like, I mean, like food as in like eating healthy. Thanks, Glenn. You don't change in an instant second. It takes time. A strong tree doesn't grow in a day. It takes years of nourishment and light from the sun to become strong, and God knows this grow. Yeah, exactly, me. Exactly.
And here's something else from me. Food isn't just her addiction, it's her literal identity. It's part of her identity. So you've got a twofold problem. She's got an addiction to food, but it's literally part of her identity. I mean, think about her channel name, Foodie Beauty. She added food as part of her online identity, her online persona. If you took the food away, what would she do? What would she show us? There's a lot of things she could show us, but she's been doing the food thing for years. It's so ingrained in her now, she can't separate herself away from it. Where some people might be in, say, a support group and stand up and say, Hi, I'm so and so, and cotton balls on my problem. With Shantal, it's reversed. Hi, I'm food, and Shantal is my problem. When it gets to that level, it's really, really bad. When you have no sense of self identity, when all of your identity is wrapped up in what you're addicted to, that's bad. When you're so lacking in identity, you have to latch yourself onto men looking for some persona to be. That's also bad. When you have no personal life and your entire life is YouTube, that's where you put the most worth is in your subscriber count and your views and your engagement. That's bad. All of that points to lacking in substance. Her life lacks substance. So because it lacks substance, she tries to make up for it by distracting herself with things that don't matter, stuffing herself full of food, just trying to fill that empty space inside of her. But she just doesn't understand that the empty space is in the soul, not the stomach. That's why she can stuff herself stupid for hours and she's still going to feel that emptiness. It's never going to go away. Not until she fills up the right hole with the right thing.
It's very tough, but I think the mental, you have to work it out mentally first. And I struggle every day mentally. It's exhausting. Like thinking of like what I should do, how I should do it. I don't know, stuff like that, fighting with yourself.
You know, Chantal, I would like to say your situation is very much like a hamster in a hamster cage with a hamster wheel, but you don't even have a hamster wheel to exercise. So essentially, you are a human hamster in a box, and you can't even run around that box. You're just stuck there in that box all day long, doing nothing, bored out of your head.
So just ate toilet paper. No, so easy to make. I had the same problem when I had gift cards from it. So I made pineapple dump cake for dessert. Yum! I love pineapple cake. I think you're awesome as a boss and awesome now. Thank you, Teardrop. That's sweet. They were
And
the best.
this is something I can't figure out. The people that are in Chantal's chat, they supposedly love her and care for her, right? They admire her and they've got something to say about the reaction channels. Here's where I'm getting confused. The people that are in Chantal's chat that claim to care about her and be on her side, knowing she's got a huge obsession with food, huge, knowing she's got all the health problems, knowing she's got the diabetes, the enlarged heart, the extreme fatty liver, the non alcoholic fatty liver disease, knowing she's got all these issues, but that her biggest trigger right now is food. How can they sit there and say they care about Chantal and then come into the chat and talk about the one thing they know she's got a problem with? What person would walk up to another individual in the world knowing that person has an addiction to something? Let's just pick something benign, something non-triggering, like cotton balls. You know someone's got an obsession with cotton balls. They're so obsessed with cotton balls, they surround themselves with cotton balls. They go to the drugstore and they buy up all the cotton balls. They obsessively talk about them for hours to the point where it makes your ears bleed. Why would you get around that person later, knowing about their obsession and their addiction, and walk up to them and say, man, like I went out and got some cool cotton balls yesterday. Well, what do you think about these cotton balls? Who would do that? Who would walk up to an active addict who's not even in recovery and talk about or mention the thing that they're addicted to? That's just wrong on so many levels. And yet people are doing it right now. Chantal's got a problem with food. And yes, she's talking about food, but the people that are in her chat, they're supposed to care about her. They could easily turn the topics of the conversation somewhere else and maybe distract her from food, but they bring up food, knowing it's going to make her think about food and hyperfixate on food. And as soon as the stream is over, she's probably going to have a bee moment. How right is that? So, those of you in her chat, do you care about her or not? I'm just curious. How can you sit there and say you care about someone who's an addict and then put the source of their addiction in their face? Make them think about it. It's messed up. Messed up.
Is that proving your weight? Because the one you had a 350-pound weight limit. My old scale, I think it was 400 pounds. No, the one I have now is 180 kgs. I haven't seen the Barbie movie. Hi, Ashley's World. Julia transformed from a seal into a cat. This is her new favorite place, babe. I live in rural, so no delivers. I drive an hour to the store twice a week. Oh, once a week. Not just thinking about the pleasures in this life. Like, I want to escape being a slave to the pleasures of this life, of this earth, and thinking of the afterlife and the real meaning of what it is to be here. You know, like
You know what's
this
sad,
world.
Chantal, is that you've got motivation in you. When you, I've seen flashes of motivation from you in the past. Like when you put something in your head, you will get it accomplished. Problem is, the wrong things motivate you. Like you were determined to have Natter and for him to claim you, and you just pushed yourself to make it happen. You motivated yourself for a year, it still didn't happen. And you motivated yourself again. You got it in your head. You wanted to get some Western world food over here in the US, and you drove 6 hours across the border for a burger. You motivated yourself to go to Kuwait and be with Salah. Then you made it happen. But you motivate yourself with the wrong things. Imagine what would happen if you motivated yourself with the right things, how much better the rewards would be. So it's not like you're lacking in motivation. It's just that it's wrongly timed and applied here. You know, you're motivated by temporary reward and self-gratification versus having an actual dream or a goal or a passion and going for it.
Like Islam has taught me, like it's opened my eyes to how many earthly temptations and pleasures we have that are not good for us, and they keep us like it's weird to me that like if I think of like people I know in my life, they don't even like acknowledge the existence of God at all, like on a daily basis. It's weird to me. So I want to like start really just being more conscious of things that really matter and that are going to matter. Like material things don't matter. But like the one thing I struggle with definitely is like shisha and overindulging in food, which is not good.
And how are you going to get past it if you have a channel and you spent 7, 8 years building all of your content around food and catering to the feedies, which are still in your chat? And in my opinion, you probably have more than a few in your back pocket. Maybe they're paying you to make food content on YouTube. How are you going to break that wheel if that wheel is paying for everything that you got going on right now and you don't have a backup plan? In order to break a wheel, you've got to make a whole new one that's completely different. But if you got a problem with food, which is not in recovery, you've basically made food into your literal identity as well as being an addiction. You have people in your chat that they talk about food and they encourage you to eat. How are you going to break this wheel if every day you get online and you make the wheel turn? You know, with every mukbang, you're urging that wheel to keep turning. You're not breaking it at all. You know, you're feeding your addictions. You're not starving them.
So, but those things are very tempting and they're very hard to, I don't know. Why don't you just get lost? Like, he's allowed to be in my chat. Like, what the heck kind of weird question is that? Cooking show, make recipes. What? Mia. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. You're right. Yeah. It's Mia. It's true. Like, I wish you well. I'm sorry to hear that, but like a lot of people, we don't think about faith or things like that. Yeah, they're all bunched up now. So yeah, you don't need religion to be moral and just, but it's definitely a good guide. Um, a lot of morality that people follow is based on teachings of religion. And not just that, but like,
And there's a rumor going around that maybe other people might be operating the Salah account when Salah mods. The rumor is that maybe Missy Moo might be behind the account, and it would seem something's up because I've seen Salah type out his answers, and the way he answers and the way this person right now acting as Salah is answering is completely different. So I would think that there's somebody else helping in the chat that might be able to get into that account and mod for Shantal besides Salah.
I don't know. I think that you should that like the one who created this life for us should be,
Oh, stop talking.
yeah. Don't you feel more isolated too? Because like I never used to be religious. Like, hi, Susie.
It's getting boring.
But anyway, it's a learning process.
Okay, you know what? We just got a few minutes left. I think we'll cut it off here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other.